A kind of funny memory I have is a friend of Dorothy's, her name is Charlene, wanted to give her a surprise birthday party. And it's probably her last year at the junior college. And her friend was trying to think of how to give this party and keep the party a surprise, keep Dorothy from finding out. And so she said, I'm gonna have Dorothy fry the chicken. It's funny to me, right, yeah. Dorothy? And so I said, yeah, she'll never guess. So we told her that Charlene told her she was going to a party and they wanted her to fry the chicken. Well, it came the night of the party and Dorothy came to the party with her chicken, and when she walked in the door, everybody said surprise. And she was like really in shock because she was kind of mad that they made her fry the chicken, but she was excited about the surprise party. So those are my two memories. Happy birthday, Dorothy.
How I first met my wife. Back then her name was Dorothy Washington, of course. And the summer before I met her, actually I was working in New Jersey and I used to play a lot of basketball outdoors. And I met a fella who eventually was someone that my wife knew from Akron University. And we actually met in January of 1973, but in December of 1972, she was at home for Christmas visiting some friends and had decided to go to a fraternity party. And she happened to run into the same fella that I had met that previous summer. And I had given him my phone number and information, and she put it in her wallet. And then later, fast forward a couple months later, it was in January of '73, and one of my classmates and I, Eddie Vincent, asked me to travel with him to visit a couple of women's dorms. So the last dorm that we visited was Dorothy Washington's dorm. And so we were visiting with her. Of course, every woman that Eddie knew was his girlfriend, but he actually only had a platonic relationship with most of his women. And so we decided to go to a movie, a free movie. So Dorothy got one of her friends who was from Philadelphia, I don't remember her name, to join me to be my date for the free campus movie. And we were at Spelman's campus, and we went right across the street to Clark College. At the time it was called Clark College. Now it's called Clark Atlanta University. So we were waiting in the lobby. Someone had to go to the restroom, and just so happened that Dorothy and I were standing in the lobby. And so she pulls out her wallet and she said, I was at home for Christmas and I met a fella who met somebody who was attending school in Atlanta. And he gave me this person's number, but I really had no intention of walking over to the Atlanta University dorm because Spelman's College and Atlanta University's dorms were probably about a mile apart. So she pulled out a slip of paper. She said, "Do you know Ron Gibson?" I said, "You know what? Coincidentally, I do know Ron Gibson, and it's me." So I felt like that was a God moment, because later we ended up walking over to the dorm, the four of us, and we listened to music. And at the time, the Stylistics had an album entitled Round 2. And in just chit-chat and small talk, we were talking about that. And then we started dating, and 6 months later, we were married. She has a charismatic personality. From the day I met her, she was always very passionate about life. In fact, she was a singer. She sang in a gospel group on campus, on the Spelman University's campus at the time. And whenever she sang, people would always gravitate toward her and like her singing. And then also later in our marriage, when she sang in church choirs, people would love to hear her sing. She would just pull the audience in, and because she sang with a lot of passion, with a lot of feeling.
Jesus is waiting for you, waiting to hear your plea. Girl, I used to love that song.
Hey Dorothy, happy 70th birthday. I don't believe it. I still believe you're 35. I appreciate you. I love you. You, Ron, and the kids have been such dear friends of ours for so many years, and you made my ministry at Joy Tabernacle as exciting and dynamic as it was. I thank God for you. I thank God for good health and for long life. And I pray supernatural blessings on you. Remember, you always have a friend in Michael P. Williams and people who love you here at this church.
You are so sweet. You are sweet. I can tell you. Is it really you?
The day that I was born was the day you became a mother. We moved to Houston in 1985, and I was enrolled at Kingwood Middle School. So my first week I was trying to make friends, and apparently that didn't jive with some of the kids, and I got called a name. So I got into a fight, had to see the principal, told him the truth of the matter, got a couple swats, and of course they called you. So when I got home, I just remember you saying this to me very vividly while you were at the sink washing dishes. If you're gonna fight people over things that they call you in names, you'll be fighting for the rest of your life. And that stuck with me because of where we lived then and just the world we live in then and now. And it just made a big, huge impression on me that fighting isn't always the way to get things done. Sometimes you just have to kill them with kindness, like you always used to do, and just learn that words can be more hurtful than hitting, fighting, things of that nature. It's just one of those life lessons that you'll never forget, and for me that was a big one. Love you, Mom.
It's her birthday. You say
Happy birthday. Oh God.
When I was young, I was a quote-unquote mother's boy, and so my mom taught me how to bake, how to knit, how to sew, how to crochet. She didn't have a daughter at the time, and I think she desperately wanted one. But she taught me a lot of life skills at that time that I certainly didn't appreciate it, but absolutely do now. She taught me how to be kind to others, how to be respectful, how to follow Christ in all things, how to respect women, and most of all, how to respect myself. So, Mom, thank you for those things. Thank you for everything. We love you, I love you, and you certainly have made a tremendous impact on my life, and now my kids' lives. So, again, thank you, I love you. Happy 70th birthday.
Hi, Mom. Happy birthday. You know that I love you from here to the moon and back, infinity and beyond. I love you more. I love you the most. Yes, I cheated. I did. I love and appreciate the fact that we can talk 5 or 6 times a day. Crazy, yes. But we never run out of things to say. I can talk to you about my wildest dreams, my fears, my goals, my aspirations, and you love me unconditionally, don't judge me. Maybe sometimes you do. But we can always pick up the pieces and keep talking, even when we disagree. And I hope today that you enjoy your special day and that we have many more of these days with you to come. I love you. Happy birthday.
We go back to 1980, and I remember how God sent Dorothy to me in my life as a sister. And actually, that's the same year that Leslie and I met, right after I met Dorothy. Now, the thing about this relationship is it developed into a full family relationship, whereas we would go places and people would say, "Are you sisters?" And we would look at each other and say, "Yes." And now our children feel like that they're cousins to each other and we're aunts to each other's children. It's been a wonderful, wonderful 37 years of relationship with the Gibson family. And the one thing that I just recently thought about is you all were the only other people there when we got married. We've been there for each other's children. People thought I had named my daughter Dorothy after Dorothy. Hadn't thought about it, but Dorothy is my mother's name also. So my life has been surrounded by women named Dorothy, and they've all been very near and dear to me. And with this, we want to wish Dorothy a very blessed and happy birthday.
We love you. I was just thinking about how our kids have grown up to be frat brothers. And we were just talking about you guys this morning. So when we talk about Dorothy, we talk about Ron too. Because you're one. And you're the best of the best. You're our friend, you're our family. We love you, Dorothy, so very much. Can't wait to see you. Enjoy yourself on your 70th. Have fun. And just look around the corner. We'll be down there real soon.
Hey, Dorothy.
We just wanted to take a moment and just celebrate one of the greatest people we've ever met.
That's right.
It's your birthday. Go on and do it like you do it. However, I just want to say, in my life, I don't think I've met a better person. Well, your husband's pretty good too. Yeah. Okay, but happy birthday, Dorothy.
Dorothy, we love you. We're so glad we were invited to be a part of your 70-year celebration. There's the trash man making all the noise. I hope y'all can hear me. 70 years. You got what God promised you. He said 70 years, and if by strength 80, and we hope 10 years from now we'll be celebrating 80 with you, either in person or like this on video. But we love you, and we say happy birthday, okay?
Miss you so much. But I am so honored that Daniel would ask me to help celebrate your birthday by sending you this one awesome salutation. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for all of your encouragement that you used to give me to encourage me to keep my ministry going. And to God be the glory. I am continuously going to school, and this I owe to you. So on this day, this evening, I say happy birthday to you. Hi, Ron. Hello to everybody else who's going to be looking at this. God bless you, and continue to smile for me. Love you.
God bless you. God keep you. And once again, happy birthday.
And Precious, you know how I affectionately call you Precious. I love you dearly. It's been a great ride. It's been a great 44 years with you.
Happy
We'll sing
birthday.
a little bit to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dorothy Gibson. Happy 70th birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dorothy.
Be blessed.
Is this thing on? So y'all thought it was over. It's not. I think it was mentioned earlier that you became a mother in 74. Gave you the title mother. I think you really hit your stride in 86. You got in the zone, and I appreciate that. You know, you taking 12 years of a warm-up lap to get to where you are with me. But I guess over these 30 years we've developed a bond where in other documentaries it's been duly noted that I'm your favorite. I appreciate that. Thank you again. From a spiritual standpoint, you've really led me to God, and I appreciate that, forcing us to go to church. And now I'm actively going to church. That was just a dramatic pause, just to give emotion. Disregard that. But no, that's genuinely how I feel. When I think about you, Mom, I think about Santana Smooth. I think about Hold My Hand, oh baby. That, I think about you being in the choir, and quoting Tombstone. So on that note, I'm your Huckleberry.